Session 45 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Welcome, happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a great week. So we are on the countdown for the Stampin' Up's Last Chance Retiring List, pulling the last nuggets, the gems, the wonderful stamps and dies and items, the great deals out of our retiring catalog. We actually have just basically 10 days left to do that. So this is the catalog I'm talking about here. We're almost done. And I had asked if you guys have any retiring items that you would like to see demonstrated. Make sure you let me know. Leave those in the comments. So on Friday's video, I was able to do that. I was able to pull in that floral stamp set there with the wonderful sentiments. And today we are also using a retiring bundle. This one can be found on page 43 of your annual catalog. But of course, with items being on sale, it's actually better to purchase these individually as opposed to as a bundle. So what we are using is the Many Mates stamp set. Has some fabulous sentiments. It covers everything from your anniversary, congratulations, get well, thinking of you, the whole works. And then the dies are on sale. So in the US here, the dies for the Many Mates stamp set that coordinate here, those are the Many Medallions. You can get a closer look at those on page 176. And those dies are on sale for $20.40, which is awesome. So I'm going to I've pulled out Regal colors today. It's a little chilly here in New York, so I've got my like plush raspberry sweater. It kind of goes with rich raspberry, right? And I don't know if you guys can tell. So I've pulled out, I'm going to use some more, little bit left of the pretty peacock. We'll pull it and then pair that with the rich raspberry. We'll counter it with some old olive. Yeah, and what does that remind you of? Check these out. I've got my peacock earrings on. Yes, so we are going with all things rich and regal. I'm gonna pull in some gold foil with that too, because that's just, whew, yes, makes it awesome. Hey Kim, hey Rachel, hey Janelle. Thank you guys, glad you made it here at the start. Yeah, so welcome to all my regular viewers. Welcome if you're new. And just to put a thing out there, we are getting close, so close to the 2,000 subscriber mark. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I need 34 more subscribers to get to that 2,000 mark. So if you haven't already subscribed, but you've been enjoying my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please thumbs up, like. Karen's from Scotland. Karen, did you see my video last week where I was talking about how much I would love to visit Scotland? That is on my bucket list. I have Scottish heritage. My maiden name was Kirk. Yes, so I actually had relatives that visited. They didn't make it to Scotland, but they did. They went into northern parts of Canada. Anyways, they went to this museum and discovered our Scottish, what do you call that? Not just the tartan, but do you know what I'm talking about? The coat of arms, that's it, yes. So the family Scottish tartan and coat of arms and all of that. So I think it would be really neat to explore. And of course, I love the accent. I'd love to see the Highlands, and I just think that would be wonderful. So thank you so much, Karen, for commenting. You'll have to tell me all about Scotland. And Simone is from Luxembourg. I did a project, a geography project, I think in 7th grade. I studied about Luxembourg. So I don't know if the economy, if things have changed much since then, but I do know it's a tiny little country next to Germany, right between Germany and France. Wow. Oh, Karen, thank you for the invitation. Better be careful. I might just take you up with that post-COVID when we can travel again. Yes, looking forward to that. Definitely. We are world travelers, and it's been tough staying home. No, no, it's good. We've got projects. We're working on projects around the house. I think that's what everybody's doing, right? Is home projects. Yeah. So my husband likes to say, it's funny because we don't own a farm. My parents own a farm. But my husband always says, there's always work to be done on the farm. So Absolutely. So yes, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much for commenting, for liking, for sharing. Invite your friends. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. So I'm gonna flip the camera. We're gonna get started. We are playing with another one of those fabulous retiring last chance bundles here that I don't want you guys to miss out on because it's absolutely beautiful. Again, we have just 10 days left. So I love it. I'm still working on my April sales goal here. So if you'd like to place an order with me, my host code is WH3NFNSU, and that helps associate your order with me. Hello, Denise from Alberta, Canada. Ooh, you are up north where it's cold. Yeah, I was going to complain that we're actually supposed to get some snow flurries again Wednesday and Thursday, but I think if you're from Alberta, then you're used to way more than snow flurries. Your snow doesn't melt off for a couple more months, right? Gets pretty chilly. So today we're playing with the Many Mates bundle. Again, if you go to purchase this, make sure you do it separately because the dies are on sale. They're about $15 off. So that's way cheaper than even doing the bundle discount on these. Yes. Oh, they got a caravan so you could travel. Yes, so nice. All right, so I am pulling in one other die set. These are the Hippo and Friends dies because, of course, they have stitching. Yes, gotta love it. Okay, so with these dies, I found there's really not a whole lot of ideas out there. I think people are a bit intimidated because they see this giant die and it's so intricate and they kind of panic a little bit. So I'm here to debunk the mystery and show you how simple and how gorgeous projects can be with those. So we are starting out, our card bases today are going to be Old Olive and Rich Razzleberry. So they are both 5.5 by 8.5. And of course, standard fold here at the 4.25 mark. That nice and smooth fold there. Now we are going to add on a layer of Pretty Peacock. And this is 4 by 5.25. And I know the individual packages of this cardstock are already sold out. So if it's your favorite color, then I understand the sadness. However, I just checked the online store here for North America, for the US and Canada, and the multicolor in color packages for the 2019 to 2021 color packs. So those are still available. All right, so the multicolor packs, so in that you get 4 sheets each of the 5 retiring in colors. Okay, those are still available. Might be hard to tell, but it's on page 144. You can see it here, the 2019 to 2021 in color assortment. You get 4 each of 5 colors and it's $9. So that is a way that you can still get these in colors, okay? And then the marker assortments, you can still get, because all the inks and the refills are sold out, but you can still get the marker assortment. That's all 5 colors, and that's on sale for $12. So there's still ways to get those. I make sure I check. I don't want to show you guys something that you can't get. All right, but isn't that gorgeous? We've got our beautiful Regal colors there. And then, another layer. This is 3/4 by 5. This is the Rich Razzleberry. Yeah, I did a pretty good color match there. And if you're just joining, I even have my peacock earrings on with all those colors. So I love to get in the mood here with my cards. All right, so we've got gorgeous color base there. And then we are going to use this is one of the things I was prepping for this and I actually forgot to adhere my adhesive sheets. So I had to do it a couple of times. But so this is what you need to do first. Make sure you cut your adhesive sheets. I realize mine say Sizzix. The newer packages will not have the Sizzix label on them because Stampin' Up! Is no longer partnered with Sizzix. But the idea is the same. They still come in 6 by 12 inch sheets. I believe you get is it 10 or 20 sheets in a package? They're on the page with the adhesives. It's a huge package, really. One pack will last you probably a long time, so feel free to share that with a friend even. All right, that's on page 162, adhesive sheets, $10 for 12 sheets. All right, that's a lot. But what you can do, you take the big sheet here and then you cut it down to the size you need. So in which case, I have cut my gold foil to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This die is huge, so you really do need a full 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 there in order to accommodate it. All right, you also want to cut your adhesive sheet to just about that same size. And then you can do is you'll peel the backing off of one. Here we go. Okay, so you peel off the backing. The sticky part is right here. I'm gonna flip this and stick it to the back of my gold foil there. All right, and burnish that nicely. And then I can take my die cut platform, put my gorgeous gold foil on there, have my die right on top. Now, because this is a rectangular die and it is a large one, it actually helps if you angle it just a little bit. That way you're not sending it through your die cut machine straight on, but angle it a little better and you'll get better pressure overall. So I'm going to quick run this through and then you'll see how easy. I'm not using any special platforms. This is just my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, the base plate, plate 1, and then your 2 clear plates here. Hey Luann, how are you? Glad you made it. All right, so I'm die cutting my gold foil from the Many Mates, the largest die here. All right, let me check your comments here. Yes. Oh, I hope your hubby feels better, Luann. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so hello to him. All right, so out of that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch gold sheet, this is all you end up with, this little itty bitty frame. So I told you, really, you use up the whole thing. There's really no waste there. So I put my little foam mat here in one of our large stamp cases. And that way, look at that. Don't even have any mess there, which is good. I'm constantly vacuuming these little die cut pieces up off of my floor. When you do that, go ahead and just use your die brush. Run that right in there. I'm gonna just go through really quick. All right, and then look how nicely that pops out. Look at that, there's not even just a couple little pieces left in my die, so I love that. Don't even have to clean that up. That's good to go for the next project. All right, and then most of these have come out. There's a few stragglers on here. What I'm gonna do actually is start to pull this off. Remember, we had the adhesive sheet backing on here, and look at that, it's doing just what I hoped it would. It helps to pull some of those die cut pieces through. So you really don't have to worry about spending the whole time poking those out. They come out pretty well. And look at that, good to go. All right, and then you could toss that all in without having to worry about it. So I do have, it's just a couple little stragglers, so I am gonna use my paper poker for those. But really just a couple, that's not bad at all. Okay, I think that was it. All right, now watch what happens when we layer this on top of our gorgeous Regal cardstock here. And again, it's taking up pretty much the whole thing, so you're gonna center it right there on top of your card base and just smooth it out. Oh my goodness, isn't that awesome? Woohoo! Just have to move it so you can see the shine. It's gorgeous. Yes, it is. That gold foil definitely takes it up a notch. I love that. All right, so this is where I pulled in I know it's so funny, Hippo and Friends, but I love these little medallion images. They do coordinate quite nicely. So what you could have done is, if I hadn't already die cut a piece, you could have, before you glued your pretty peacock layer, you could have die cut out of the center to get your piece. Or if you didn't and you already die cut one, have a scrap here and do that. The cool thing is it does leave this neat little dotted stitched border on everything. You guys see that? Yeah. I feel like it's almost, is it dark? Let's see here. Make sure we've got it. There we go, nice and bright. All right, so that was this one, and then I used the next smallest. They're not quite the same shape, but they do nest nicely. And I die cut that one from some basic white there. Okay, so those were the Hippo and Friends. All right, got those there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment, my greeting here on the basic white, and then adhere that to my pretty peacock medallion there. And actually we'll go ahead and stick this down with some dimensionals just to keep things nice and tidy here. All right, this is a pretty big die cut, so I am going to use 4 full-size dimensionals on there, and then kind of find the center mark here. Yep, so it makes it easy. So we got 3 and 3, your center mark. That makes that nice, and we'll just pull that right in the middle there. All right, so for our sentiment, pretty much any of these will work. What do you think we should use? Should we go with Thinking of You? Sounds like we need a couple get wells. Does anybody have an anniversary coming up? I know mine's not till September. We've got anybody have any celebrations? Let me know. Are you celebrating anything? This would make a great graduation card too. So we've got congrats and celebrate, and we even have thanks. So thanks so much for watching. And yes, if we hit that 2,000 subscriber mark, I think we can do it. That's just 34 subscribers. If we can do that by next Tuesday, I'll be giving away these cards. All right, so make sure you let me know what should we use here? How about, let's go with how about, I was waiting for your comments. Does anybody have an anniversary? Anything coming up? All right, I think I'm gonna go with congrats, because that way I can pretty much use that for anything. So I'll pull that out here. All right, and my rich raspberry ink pad. And let's see which way I want this to go. All right, I'm gonna go this way. And so my congrats will go right across the center here. Okay, very nice. All right, so once we've got that, I'll put a couple more. We need lots of dimensionals today. Oops, peeled right out of my sheet. There we go. Okay, and then, so like I said, they nest nicely, but they're not exactly the same shape. So I am going to match up kind of the curvy points here and layer that right in the center, which looks pretty neat. All right, now I have a cool technique for you with this is the Old Olive and Pretty Peacock ribbon. This is they're calling it reversible ribbon. This actually is staying, which is good to know. Love this two-tone ribbon. So I'm gonna pull out my trusty bow maker here from Carmen. And we'll make a little bow here. All right, so I'm going around, underneath, over the top, and tie my knot. Okay, tie that nice and tight. All right, and then trim off my tails, leaving a little bit of tail on there because I'm gonna do this cool thing. This is it is a synthetic ribbon. It's not a cotton. It's, oh, it doesn't actually give you the formula. Oh, polyester, yes. So do you know what happens when you heat polyester? It starts to curl and do neat things. So I apologize, I'm gonna turn my heat gun on. I know that sound might be a little loud, but watch what happens to this really cool ribbon when I start. I don't wanna heat my whole roll. I'm just gonna heat some of this here. And you do kind of want to change your angles a little bit. Look at that. Oh, look at, you guys see it? Isn't that cool? Look at how it starts to bend and curl. Okay, so you don't want to go too much so as to melt it, but just a little bit. And so the bow holder works great. If not, use your toaster tongs and a scrap. Definitely something you need to hold onto this with because you don't want to burn your fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that off here. And then look how cool that is. And it's gonna stay. It is now melted in that shape, which is pretty neat. All right. Stick that on a glue dot here. And then I thought maybe we'd put that kind of down here on our medallion. We can see our neat little ribbon ends sticking out there. Isn't that cool? So I have to tell you, one of my stamping friend Pam had seen a video where they had done something like that. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And this ribbon is perfect for it. And it's really easy. So make sure you tie your bow first and then hold it with something so you don't burn your fingers, and then just heat it. And you do need to kind of hold it and press it a little bit so that it kind of curls in the directions that you want it to. But definitely really neat. Yeah, isn't that cool? All right, so the only thing missing here is a little bit of gem. Like, we are totally Regal. We've got our gold foil and our peacock colors and fun ribbon. So I'm pulling in some of my gold glitter dots. Love those. And we'll just put a few. I've got, does anybody like that? I end up with a whole bunch of like miscellaneous little pieces. So let's use some of these up. So we'll kind of do our congrats. Let's do another one. And we'll stick that up here. All right, I can throw that little scrap out. And then let's pull in a smaller one. And we'll kind of add that right in. Let's see. Yeah, let's go right over here. That looks good. All right. So voila, finished card there, which I thought was pretty neat. Love the way that one came out. Very cool. So I actually have a card. I made this one before. I have a Celebrate card, but I have a full tutorial for this, which is included in my Demo Design Dream Team tutorial group for the month of April. So anybody that orders from me during the month of April will not only get this tutorial, but you'll actually get 15 additional tutorials, all with a celebration theme for the month of March. So again, my host code there for April. If you are not in this market, I realize I can only sell in North America and North American territories like Puerto Rico, Guam. I can sell if you're on a US military like APO, FPO address. You can also still order from us here in the US. Yes, I do have a tutorial partnership that will be going live next month that I will be able to share with everyone, who, even those who are international. So I'm super excited about that. All right, so I do want to share, because we use the largest die here, we have these other three. I don't want to leave them out. So our second card here, keeping with our theme, we are going with Rich Raspberry for our card base. Again, 5.5 by 8.5. All right. Okay. So that's the other thing. Not only please subscribe, but if you go to the About Me or check out my channel section, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter as well, because I'll be sending out the details of those tutorials and fun things. So make sure you are on my mailing list, even if you are in another market there. Okay, so for this card, we have our Rich Raspberry card base. I thought I'd change it up. We are going to do a layer of Old Olive this time. That's 4 by 5.25. Okay, so layer this right on top. This is actually going to be a vertical or a portrait card here. And then the next layer is going to be basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 5. All right, so I am going to glue this down. If you get nervous about your stamping, because we are going to stamp a sentiment in the corner, if you would rather stamp first so that you can flip it over and have a second chance, then do your stamping first. I am going to take a risk and stamp after I've pretty much got my card done. So we'll hope that works out. Otherwise, it'll be do as I say, not as I do. Aw. Oh, congrats. Melanie said congrats will work for her daughter who's turning 18. She's graduating high school. Wow, big year for your daughter. Congratulations. That's awesome. All right, well, we reached that goal there, and then I will have to put a Post-it with your name on that, Melanie. Okay, so for these other three dies here, I have cut 5.5-inch strips. I've got some Rich Raspberry, some Pretty Peacock, some gold. Again, I just cut them all. They're all about 1 inch by 5.5. And I've got miscellaneous strips of my adhesive sheets. So again, they come 6 by 12. You can cut it down to the size you need. Sometimes you end up with scraps, in which case this is the perfect project for that. So I'm going to use the widest one here on the back of my gold foil. So you just peel that. Let's just peel and stick here. Okay, and then smooth that out. All right, so that's the gold. And I thought I would we'll use this one for the gold. All right, then we've got some Rich Raspberry. All right, so let's just peel that. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit smaller, just make sure you put your die on the portion where the adhesive sheet covers. So I'm gonna go right down the center here. And maybe we'll do, let's do this one. Let's do our little diamond pattern with that. And then for the last piece, I know this is a skinny little piece, but again, using up those scraps, you've got to use them, otherwise they could take up your craft room. And crafters are a frugal bunch, and we don't like to throw anything away if we figure we can get another use out of it. So, all right, I can see I've almost got that separating here. What happened was I had cut off the part. They always have a peel here section, but if you've already cut that off, then it is a little bit tricky to separate those. Rachel says her son is also graduating this year. So is that high school, Rachel? Okay, yeah, here in the US, graduating high school is a pretty big deal. Yeah, so we'll see what the CDC regulations are here in the US, but I think people can do, legally do small gatherings still, or now, whereas they couldn't really last year. So hoping for the best. Everybody wear your masks and all that good stuff, and see if we can get through this. All right, so I'm gonna run all three of these through at the same time. I am going to angle them. All right, so we've got our gold, we've got our rich raspberry. Okay, and we've got our pretty peacock, and this strip only covers half, so I'm gonna make sure I put my die on that section here. All right, that looks good. Thing out of the way, I'm gonna trap those in there, sandwich them, and run them through my die cut machine. Now, depending on how much yours slides around, you might want to use a little post-it note or washi tape, something to kind of hold that in place. But for the most part, I find as long as your plates are fairly flat and not too curved, then these do pretty well. Okay, so we've pulled this out here. Let's see how much I need. So we'll, all right, cut pretty clean. There's not a whole lot to poke through on that one. All right, that looks pretty good. So that's the first piece. Okay, then we've got our gold piece. All right, I've got to clean my die here. Okay, but otherwise, just poke that out real quick. All right, this looks pretty good. Just a couple little pieces, and again, those might poke out when I lift off, but this is a small enough piece. Just run your die brush right over that. Okay, yep, that poked the rest of those out. And then our rich raspberry piece. That's pretty neat. All right, so I'm gonna run this through because there are these there's little punch outs and like every fourth diamond there. All right, that cleanup was pretty easy. So now let's go ahead and arrange these. And the cool thing is all we have to do is peel off the backing. So there we go. Let's do our rich raspberry one first. Now I did cut these. These are going to go pretty much the full length of the card. It's gonna overlap just a little bit. So we'll try to get that straight. Okay, not too bad. Then let's put our gold in the center. Love this one. And space that out just a bit. Okay. Again, keep it straight. Okay. And then our third color here, our pretty peacock. Love this peel and stick. So it's basically making your own stickers. Love those adhesive sheets, really cool. Okay. And then next one here, I think this needs to go a little bit higher. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. And again, just smooth it. Make sure it's nice and stuck. Yeah, isn't that really cool? Love that. All right, so I thought we'd pull in a sentiment. This time, well, how about we do the Just Thinking of You? Love that one. All right, so we'll pull this out here. And again, I'm gonna stick with rich raspberry. It's good. Got it right here. I feel like these are just a little bit crooked. So the good news is, yeah, I stuck them down pretty good. All right, well, we'll just pretend it's an optical illusion. All right, I'm gonna stamp that right down here in the corner. Yay, that worked out well. So again, if you're new to stamping or slightly not quite trusting yourself, then you could stamp first before you glue everything down, because paper has two sides. So if you mess up one, you can always flip it over, which is not so easy once it's already stuck down. So, but yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, this die set is so neat. So that's one of those things. I love the sentiments. It's a great all occasion set. The stamp set is full price, but the dies are on sale for just $20.40. So that's a $15 savings. Really cool. Hey, Jeanette, I'm so glad you made it. Thank you. Hi, Catherine. Yes, isn't this great? You could totally change up the colors. And that's why this set is so versatile, because it's not male or female, it's just geometric shapes. So it could use for anybody, boy, girl, anything. Yeah, it all works here. You could just swap out. You could do people's favorite colors, all kinds of cool stuff. I think we need a little bit of bling, just because if it's not already blingy enough with that gold foil on there. But because I have my gold gems handy and I can, yeah. Yes, so Melanie has a great idea too. If you did stamp and it was already glued, you could always come in, you could do a die cut or a punch and just stick that over where you made your boo-boo. Yep, there are always creative opportunities. Absolutely. All right, so let's go on here. Let's see here. Let's add some fun shapes. I feel like this needs a little something. Let's go down here. But then I was also thinking, let's go in with these and like totally bling it up. Right in the center of our gold medallions, we'll have gold glitter dots. It's like totally gorgeous. Yeah. All right. See, this card, totally worthy of a celebration. This would be a great set for graduations. Absolutely. And then, let's come in, do another one. And, oh, got a little one here too. Let's do that. We'll just kind of put it all together. There we go. Now we got lots of bling, no ribbon. It was super simple and easy, and also great use for your scraps, because we just used little hunks of cardstock. The only thing I did was make sure they were long enough, or if they were too long, I trimmed them down to 5.5. But that's all you need, and a great way to use up. So if you're like me, I keep all of my bits of my adhesive sheets in here. So I've got full sheets, but I keep my scraps of various lengths and widths. They're all in here. And so that made it really easy to be able to pull out and just, that's why I used whatever I had to stick to my pieces there. But I love it. Great way to essentially make your own stickers. And then for these very detailed dies, it's not difficult at all. They just peel and stick. And with our Stampin' Cotton Emboss machine, they cut great. Really didn't have to do much, just a little bit with your die brush, and those pieces pop right out. So I hope you'll definitely give this set a try, consider it. Again, we've got just till the end of the month here to get these things, and everything now is while supplies last. Things have pretty much been in stock, but I noticed this week things are definitely on low inventory, and they are starting to sell out. So if you need some more Pretty Peacock cardstock, you can still get that in the assorted pack, but again, I don't know for how long. So if you've got a list going of sale items, then run to the online store. Yes, and I know you guys are excited. The new catalog is coming. I can show you the cover. That's about it until May 4th. If you have purchased from me, if you've spent at least $50 with me in the last 6 months, then you are automatically on my catalog list. I just got my boxes in. I will be sending those out here in another week or so. I'll make sure you have them before May 4th. If you haven't shopped with me previously and you would like a catalog, then please make sure you leave me a message, send me an email, and we'll work something out. The ribbon I used on this card, Rachel, this is the reversible Old Olive and Pretty Peacock ribbon, 149496. Yes, and I will leave a supply list in the video description. I'll post that here in a few minutes after the video. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Again, we're so close to the 2,000 subscriber milestone here at Just Be Creative Cardiology. So please share with your friends, give me thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love, all the comments, all your orders, all of that, and coming back to stamp with me each week. Again, if there's anything you would like to see before the catalog ends, before it officially retires, let me know. I've got essentially just 3 more videos before the new catalog starts. So I'll be doing my video Friday, then next Tuesday and next Friday. So I will try to take your suggestions into consideration and give you some great ideas for those products that you love or that you're curious about. Thank you guys so much. Have a fabulous afternoon or evening or good morning wherever you are. And we will be stamping with you soon. All right, hugs to you all. Bye-bye.